All right, wrestling fans, welcome. Scoop of the Slams, episode 3. I think it's going to be slightly better, but probably not. He's Danny. I'm John. We're going to recap the week. This is the day of Survivor Series that we're doing this. We'll hopefully be able to drop this right before, so we'll make some predictions and stuff. If not, then we're coming to you from the past. So to start off, as far as like news and rumors and things like that, there are a ton of rumors swirling about The Undertaker and his final farewell. By the way, if you take a shot every time they say final farewell, you'll be dead 12 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
I think it's a safe estimate.
I do not recommend doing that for tonight.
No.
It's a horrible idea.
Yeah, for your safety. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
So,
for your safety and the safety of everyone else.
Mm-hmm. So Taker he's obviously called it quits. He announced it in his Last Ride documentary that this is it for him. But we have seen this many times where someone does some kind of farewell tour, not just in WWE, in all of wrestling. You start your farewell tour and you're going to come say goodbye to the fans. He's obviously not just going to come out and say goodbye to the fans. Like, that would be horrible television.
Well, it's going to be, first of all, limited amount of fans. So not a whole lot of people that he's going to say goodbye to at this point.
True. That's a good point. I mean, virtual, they'll be there.
Yeah.
That's
true.
But, yeah, so I don't know. What gut feeling, what do you think is going to happen? Like, I know he's going to come out.
What do I think is going to happen, or what do I hope is going to happen?
Let's start with what you think is going to happen. What's your gut telling you?
My gut tells me he's not done.
I would agree with that.
He's got one more.
I would agree with that.
I would say Taker's an old school guy. He's said that a gajillion times, that he's an old school guy and this or the other. And the old school guy in him, you put over the young guy and you go out on your back. He did not do that for AJ Styles. I feel that's how it's gotta end.
Okay. So you think he's putting over a young guy? It's not gonna be like legend versus legend kind of thing where they can like take care of each other.
Put over the young guy, a passing of the torch moment, and I hope that person is the Fiend.
Okay, so that's what you hope is going to happen. They do like
the Fiend part, yes, is a hope.
Okay,
but I think my gut tells me that he's got one more.
Yeah, I'm split. My gut is telling me he's going to do one more. He is going to do one more match. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of, with all his injuries and everything, but obviously, he knows his body better than we do. So if he's got one more, then he's got one more.
Yep.
I think what makes the most sense is the Firefly Funhouse with the Fiend, because number one, I think this coming WrestleMania, they have to do a Firefly Funhouse with somebody. It was so successful last year. You can't not do it again.
So was the Boneyard, though. So if you could do a combination of the two,
yeah,
knock it out the park.
Yeah, do a combination of the two where they both get their stuff in. With Taker maybe being buried at the end and that's how he goes out. That could be it.
Yeah, like it doesn't end in a boneyard. It ends in some cemetery somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, that would just be cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes a lot more sense, obviously, injury-wise and things like that than doing something live. Even though he has come out and said that that doesn't really appeal to him doing a cinematic type of thing because he knows they're doing it because of his limitations and he doesn't want to go out like that. He has said that, which is why I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but Edge kind of did the same thing where he was telling fans he's straight up not coming back and he came back. So Taker could be swerving us all.
Well, to be fair, Edge thought that he had a career-ending injury, and
that's true.
Science has made that not be a career-ending injury anymore.
That's true. But he was saying the day of the Rumble or the week of the Rumble last year is like, nope, that the rumors aren't true. I'm not coming back, and he came back. So you never know. You almost have to.
Oh yeah, that was just off via Twitter. We all knew that was nonsense, but okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think they're obviously going to do something, run some kind of a program with Taker against someone, I think The Fiend makes most sense. I totally agree with you. I really can't think of anybody else, honestly.
The only other person would be Aleister Black, but I don't think they're going to do anything with him ever.
He's probably going back to NXT. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. Or he just waits out the rest of that contract and AEW.
Yep. I'd be cool with that too. I would love to see him on Dynamite.
Smart.
Yeah. So there's that. As for what happened during the week, I'm caught up on all the shows. Let's start with Raw. So again, I think I said this last time, the show versus show, team versus team thing that means absolutely nothing. It does not interest me at all, and has made this by far traditionally the worst of the big four pay-per-views.
Yep, because it doesn't mean anything.
It means absolutely nothing. It's stipulation month, and all storylines go out the window for the most part. And there's fighting within the Raw teams, which makes it kind of obvious that they're going to win because there's a lot of heels on the Smackdown teams. So, yeah, that just does not pique my interest at all. Now,
the Smackdown team has Baron Corbin in it, so that knocks you down a few pegs anyway.
Right. Yes, I agree. I do want to mention this. Watching Raw, I did like the really cool moment between McIntyre and Sheamus backstage where he brought back the chest of his old gear. And then he turns around and hands him the sword.
Yeah.
That was really dope.
Fun fact, the sword is Vince McMahon's.
Really?
Yeah.
That is, I really shouldn't say really because I'm not shocked at all.
You mean the guy that has the T-Rex skull in his office? It doesn't surprise you?
Just because.
Because he can. Because he can. That's why. Because
he can, but you better push in his chairs before you leave his office.
Oh, yeah.
No sleeping. Yeah, so that was a cool moment. And then the main event I thought was pretty good. It wasn't too long. It was exactly what we expected, but Drew and Orton are really good in the ring together. So they still produced a good match, even though we pretty much knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. The writing was on the wall for it.
Yeah, and I think they obviously had plans for Orton that kind of changed somewhere along the way. That's what I've been hearing all week, or the last 2 weeks. So I think that's why they went in that direction.
But he's now that's a 15 title reign, right?
He now has it 14 times. Orton.
Okay.
He's had it 14 times.
I had read somewhere that they're toying with the idea of matching the John Cena number. So
John Cena and Flair, because Cena's tied with Flair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you feel about that if three guys are tied?
I don't know. Flair comes back and wins another one just to beat him out.
I'm okay with only one other guy having it. Like if him and Cena, and you just leave it there for a while, that's like, I don't like Orton matching it just like, a couple years later or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's making it less and less meaningful, in my opinion. They hot potato the title so much, and that's why you have it so many times.
I potentially would like to see maybe Randy gets it one more time, and the person who beats him for it is John Cena finally beating the Flair number. And then Cena would drop it to a young guy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That could work. And then we can go off on a whole other discussion on who that would be, who he would drop it to.
That's not.
I've always thought it should be Adam Cole.
I like that.
Yeah, that's who should retire Cena, in my opinion. That's just me. There's a couple guys that, maybe Velveteen Dream, he's expressed interest in working with him in the past. So it could be a few guys from NXT, maybe Gargano. We'll see.
As the face of the company? All right.
Yeah, we'll see. But then again, he's small and it's Vince, so I don't know.
He's not Leon Ruff?
Right. No, I think Drew's going to be the face of the company until the wheels fall off.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Him and Roman, they're doing a great job.
I think so too. I agree. So yeah, that's what I thought of Raw as a show. Honestly, I didn't think much of it, but the main event and the backstage moment was pretty cool. All the team stuff, I just was not interested in at all.
Yep.
They put Lana through a table again. Kind of funny. It's becoming a joke.
I mean, that's 9 weeks in a row, right?
I believe it's 9. Yes, I believe it's 9 now.
It's 9 or 10.
I think it's 9. My only issue
It
with
it was funny at first, then it got sad, but now it's funny again, so I'm okay.
it's just so ridiculous it's getting funny. The only thing I have a little bit of a problem with, it's just making her look so dumb because she's like tagging herself into a match where Shayna Baszler has her finishing hold locked in and the match is won, and then she tags herself in. Like, you're trying to endear yourself to the fans. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
You know? If you're an underdog and you're not, you're losing or whatever because, odds are against you, that's one thing. But if you're just doing stupid crap.
This whole thing, it's been wild to say the least. But she's going to get the win for that team tonight.
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see because they've abandoned storylines right in the middle of them before and changed their minds. So it's weird. WWE is very predictable, but in some respects, they're very unpredictable. They will straight up rip up the script hours before the show. So
yeah, that's also true.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I thought of Raw. My favorite part of the week, of course, is Wednesday, the Wednesday Night War. First off, let me ask you, because I thought last week, AEW, I thought by far had a better show. NXT, pretty solid. They never have a bad show, but I think AEW obviously beat them. This week, it was much closer. I liked both shows tremendously.
Show, I can see that.
Yeah, like they were both
closer. The ratings were nowhere near as like they were. AEW just kicking their butts. But
yeah, I think AEW got like almost 100,000 viewer boost, and they got like 857 or something like that this week, which is really good for them.
Yeah,
and I think NXT was like 650 something. But still, I thought both had really good shows.
Yeah.
Which do you think was a better show? Like what was your gut reaction from after watching both?
Oh, Dynamite was the better show.
Dynamite, I would agree. And I would say they ran away with it until I saw the final segment of NXT when you heard when Undisputed Era came back, and I heard the loudest pop you can hear from 30 enhancement talents surrounding the ring. It was so loud in that little room when their music hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know if that was fake crowd noise pumped in. It didn't sound like it. It sounded like the people in that room were going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're right. War Games.
Mm-hmm. We're right. And I'm looking forward to War Games just because of that match. That kind of cemented their face turn for Undisputed Era.
Is Finn Balor involved with the Undisputed Era?
We'll see, because notice he wasn't involved in that little skirmish at the end.
No, he was just kind
of rolled out.
He was like, the cat's back and look at what I dragged in. So it was like he was responsible for them coming back.
Yeah.
Kind of how it was worded. I was like, okay, I'm for it.
Calling himself the cat was a little weird, but it worked.
Strange.
It was weird.
That was strange. It worked with what he was talking about, but when I'm talking about it out of context, it is weird.
Yeah. You got to hear the whole thing. But I think he's still recovering, because I know from a broken jaw, you're drinking stuff through a straw for 6 weeks. I'm sure he lost a lot of weight. He still needs a little time to recover and be match ready. Because if you notice,
it's been the 6 weeks though, I think.
It has, but you need time. You lose a lot of weight. You kind of saw it in his face a little bit. That's why I think this is why he grew like a thicker beard, and he had like a jacket on and stuff to kind of hide it. So
makes sense.
He's probably got to, spend the next week or two kind of bulking back up, getting some calories back in him. So we'll see him in the ring soon, just not like next week probably, but we'll see. I think obviously he's healthy again.
Yeah, he's healthy enough to be in the ring.
Hmm.
Didn't take any bumps, but we're hoping that we see him in action sooner than later.
Yeah, I think we will. Now, AEW. Let me start off that match between the Young Bucks and Top Flight. That new tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressed with them. First of all, 21 years
yeah.
old and 19 years old.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. I like the little vignette they showed of them before, of them in the Indies hitting all these crazy moves, like jumping out of the ring into the crowd, and like it was really cool. Like they have a bright future ahead of them. Not a very long future, like the way they wrestle, like the bumps they're gonna take.
AEW just does a fantastic job of putting those vignettes together. It's surreal how they can do that.
Yeah, because they actually show stuff from other promotions.
Yeah, that's true.
That helps. But yes, they do. Yeah, God bless the video editors in both companies. I think they're both great.
Yeah.
But very impressed with them. Obviously, the Bucks got the win, but really put them over as far as making them look good.
They did.
Yeah.
No, they Young Bucks did what they had to do, and they looked like true up and comer talent.
Oh yeah.
Not enhancement talent. They are the real deal.
Yeah, they look like they belonged. And then, by the way, I don't know if you remember, I did text you during AEW. I know you didn't watch it live, but John Moxley revealed something pretty big during his segment. Just kind of just said it in passing and just moved on. That his wife Renee is pregnant.
Yeah.
So, congrats to them.
Yeah, Renee and Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go.
Yeah, like I'm literally laying down on my couch when he's like, I got a pregnant wife at home. And I'm like, wait, what? like I sat up, like, did I hear that right? I rewound it and like, yeah, Renee is pregnant. So congrats to them. And then, of course, he did his little thing kind of hyping up the Kenny Omega fight on December 2nd.
Yep.
They did the contract signing, and then they did a little backstage whodunit kind of thing where they just found him unconscious. What do you think happened? Do you think, obviously Kenny's involved? That's what I think. But do you think Kenny acted alone, or do you think there's going to be like another guy involved that maybe interferes on December 2nd?
Oh, that would be interesting. I hadn't really put that together. As long as it's not Rikishi, I don't care who it is. If it's somebody else.
Rikishi driving the car?
Yeah. That would be cool. Because I would like to see, obviously the cleaner is back. Came out with the shades. He looked the part. It was awesome.
Growing out the hair again. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. No, he looks. I'm expecting that match to be excellent.
7-star.
7, 8, 9, 10 stars. It doesn't matter how many stars.
Yeah, it's just going to be a banger of a match.
Yeah.
Possibly match of the year. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what was I going to say? So one person I think it's going to be to throw us all off, I think it may be Hangman Adam Page. I think they're both possibly going to turn heel and just completely swerve everybody. Like, they just never turn on each other. They just both turn heel. Maybe when the ref's not looking or something, Adam Page gets involved, beats on Moxley, and Kenny Omega wins.
Maybe. I don't know, but maybe Kenny Omega wasn't even involved in it. Maybe it was Eddie Kingston. He thinks it's not over.
Right, because he thinks it's real.
Because it's real to him.
Yeah, very possible. It could be anything. That's just what I think is going to happen. I think it would be cool for, after all this build-up, that they don't turn on each other at all. They just both turn heel.
I like that.
Yeah, so
I'd be all for it.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And a heel Young Bucks too. That looks good on them.
You think so?
I think so. I think pairing them, but somebody who wasn't elite though. So I'm not 100% on board with your thing. I like it, but since Adam Page was kind of part of the elite, I need like a fourth person
An
that
outside
wasn't originally in the Elite to solidify that group.
Yeah.
Unless if eventually they're gonna have like a trios belt or something like that, and then they can stay like that,
Mm-hmm.
just with them three.
Right.
That's what I thought they were gonna do with Pac and Kingston and Pentagon, but it just looks like those are gonna be two different tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
At least at the moment.
Yeah, for now, that's what it looks like. But they can go different directions with it, so we'll see. The Vegas segment, I'm sure you saw that. That was pretty great. Like anything that Inner Circle does is hilarious, in my opinion.
It's gold.
Yeah, they kind of did a spoof of Hangover.
Yeah.
By the way, did Hornswoggle make an appearance?
I think so.
Was that him that I saw? Hornswoggle made an appearance, and I know Conan made an appearance.
Yeah, that he did.
That was pretty great. I haven't seen Conan in years. So great segment. Again, anything, and then Jericho and MJF trying to one up each other on the drinks was pretty epic.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna have one turn on the other, I hope they don't do it anytime soon, because anything they do together is gold.
And something that I wanted to touch on also from both of the women's matches, both on NXT and AEW.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa, impressive.
Oh, she's a beast.
And Serena Deeb,
Mm-hmm.
is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just a solid match. I loved it.
I love that match. Yeah, I thought it was great, and then opened the door, obviously, for Thunder Rosa to feud with Britt Baker, which I am very interested in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad I think they heard us. I think they heard our first video. They're investing more time into the women's division.
You need to tell a story, that's all.
Yeah, and Britt seems to be back healthy, so I'm looking forward to that rivalry. That's going to be good.
Yeah, that's good talent. It's good talent to compete against each other.
I'm looking forward to that a lot more than I'm looking forward to the women's world title picture, because I think Anna Jay is taking on Hikaru Shida next week on Dynamite.
Yes. I'm all for it. Shida's like never there. Let's start over, give it to the Dark Order, and let it do something.
So you're all for Anna Jay taking it now?
Yep. Hikaru Shida, as great as she is, there's a language barrier there, and she's hardly ever there.
Right.
And
I didn't think of that. Yeah, no, you're right. That might be a good thing to do for one.
Like, Edge just sketch the whole thing and just start over.
Start new.
Yeah.
It would make Dark Order look better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're starting to look like clowns. It's pretty bad. But having her win it, to make her look strong, and then bring back Brody Lee whenever he decides to come back, or I'm not sure if he's hurt or anything, but whenever he comes back, you could do like a little power couple thing almost between them.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I would like that. Speaking of those women's matches, transitioning to NXT now. So that women's match between Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai, I thought if it wasn't a 5-star match, it's as close to a 5-star match as you can possibly get. It was
stellar.
Maybe the best women's match all year. One of the best matches overall, regardless of gender, of the year. Top 5 in my opinion. Like I loved it. Yeah.
And it was reportedly Rhea's last match at NXT, and she's being sent off to I hate saying the big leagues, but let's just say either Monday or Friday.
Mm-hmm. Which it's a coin flip if it's going to turn out good for her at this point, because they've proven they know how to push some people. Like if they want to push you, they'll do it.
Well, they've already got a storyline brewing for after Survivor Series with Sasha Banks and the returning Carmella. So Asuka's got nothing to do. So I think the choice is easy, in my opinion. Send her to Raw, take it off on Asuka, have her have a good run with it.
Is she ready for Asuka? We will see. Or I don't know when Charlotte's due back, but maybe run back WrestleMania, have a rematch.
What brand is Charlotte on? I don't even know.
I want to say she's on Raw, but they don't respect the brand split. You can put her wherever.
I think you're right, because I think Andrade is on Raw.
Right. Again, it's WrestleMania. You can do a cross-brand thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you noticed the video package leading up to the match. Rhea was talking about how, last year WrestleMania was supposed to be the biggest match of her life in a stadium in front of 80,000 people, and then the virus hit, and there was no energy and whatever. And she feels like she got that taken away from her. Yeah. So right there, you got a storyline to run it back with Charlotte, because I thought if that was done in front of a stadium, she was going over against Charlotte.
Yeah, I actually I don't believe that I'm going to say these words, but I miss Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting kind of sick of her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was on every single show leading up to WrestleMania, and I couldn't take it anymore. But
yeah,
I actually miss her.
Yeah, but little time off, I think will do her some good, because I think like you and me, the fans probably miss her a little bit, and you can plug her into that storyline right away with Rhea. And Rhea Ripley, whatever momentum she lost after that in the last few months, she's really gained it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with her on the main roster. I hope that's where it ends up, and I hope she beats Charlotte at Mania. That'll be a great story.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, also on NXT, what'd you think of that blindfold match?
Blindfold match was ridiculous. I kind of don't even want to talk about it, but I do want to touch on Timothy Thatcher.
Oh, yeah.
Finally getting somebody to fight him, or somebody stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
In Tommaso Ciampa. Yes.
I like that. Should we just have that just be a fight? Just make them actually fight each other. Just make it a pure shoot.
Make it just like the one that he had with Riddle.
Right, where Angle was the referee. Yeah, like in a cage. Do it like that, like a shoot style, match where they're really strapped. Yeah.
I just thought, as you were saying that, I was like, they can do the same thing that they did with Riddle. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be down for that. So I agree. Blindfold match was ridiculous, but also kind of hilarious when Cameron Grimes just kind of launched himself, and this dude just steps aside and lets him fly by him.
Well, I love the Dexter Lumis character. Cameron Grimes is doing exactly what he's supposed to, and it's annoyed the crap out of me, but I really don't like him. He really gets under my skin.
Yeah, he's annoying.
His whole Cameron Grimes is going to the moon, and it's not
taking. It's not taking.
No, you got to switch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. That being said, though, Dexter Lumis, I know it's early to tell. It's too early to say it, but I think Dexter Lumis is the type of guy where they're going to strap a rocket to him, and you're going to see him on the main roster very soon. I don't think he's going to be in NXT very long. That'd
be cool.
Just because of his imposing, his physique and everything. Vince likes that. His character is amazing.
And it's worth noting that Karrion Kross looks like he's ready to go.
Imagine them two against each other.
His head would explode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And then, of course, the Leon Ruff storyline. When Damian Priest interfered and caused a disqualification so Leon Ruff could keep the title, I'm like, this is dumb. What the hell are they doing? But then, as it unfolded during the night, Leon Ruff felt disrespected. Now and then they're making him look good, which I like. And then they're going to have a triple threat. It seems like between them. I kind of like where they're taking it. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Same. I thought, I was like, why are we running this rivalry between Gargano and Priest into the ground?
Mm-hmm.
But they made a way to keep it fresh and make it relevant, and I'm looking forward to that match. I actually hope that Leon Ruff beats them both.
We'll see. It seems like they have plans for him because this normally is
And
the
then
type of thing.
it's like annihilated by Karrion Kross or somebody returning. But
Maybe. Because this normally is the type of thing historically that WWE will give you like the 1 week feel good story and then scrap it.
yeah,
Yeah. Or just have him turn heel and make him really, really annoying until we're sick of him.
oh, hello, Leo Rush. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Leo Rush and then the guy with the no chin. I can't even remember his name.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember his name. Oh well.
And supposedly he was really good in the Indies. So shame. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much does it for the Wednesday Night Wars. Again, I thought Wednesday night AEW had a slightly better show, but man, that ending to NXT, I thought they had the better ending, in my opinion.
They did have the better ending. I'll concede to that.
Yeah. Both shows got a bump in ratings, which was cool. And as we go into, hopefully getting a vaccine and people start coming back to the shows, maybe they start getting up over, around that million mark. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And now to round things off, SmackDown. Again, the team stuff did not interest me at all, but I do have to mention congrats to Bianca Belair. I say congrats because I really like Bianca Belair, and I'm glad they're giving her a spot.
Yeah.
I think
she deserves top spots in that women's division.
Absolutely. I think she deserves that. That's another possible rivalry in the future with Rhea Ripley because they have awesome matches together.
That's true.
As for what happens with that SmackDown team, I really don't care. But,
Yeah, we've well established that we don't care about the team stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much, you could toss it.
Sorry.
Yeah. I did like, however, the Murphy versus Seth Rollins match, I thought was very good. Solid match. I think Blake Murphy has a very bright future, and I hope they continue with that.
I hope so. I hope that what Seth Rollins said before the match doesn't actually come true. Because he was saying that, like, when I'm gone, you're going to go right back to obscurity. I was like, oh, that was a little too real.
That's why, yeah, I'm hoping. I thought of that too. Like, yeah, he's been getting the rub from Seth. How is he going to do by himself? I think he's pretty good on the mic. I find Blake Murphy pretty compelling by himself if they just let him be himself.
Hey, it's just Murphy.
Oh, right. There's no first names anymore. It's just Murphy. It's just Riddle. So, yeah. Hopefully that's where they go with him. I did really like the match. The only thing I found really annoying is they kept panning towards Aaliyah every time Murphy did something. Every time he threw a punch, they showed her face. Every time he hit any kind of a move, they showed her face. It was.
I hope slowly it's just her and him that come out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't need Dominic there anymore. You definitely don't need Ray anymore. Just let her be the valet and let it be.
I'm sick of the Mysterio family coming out every Friday night for these matches.
Well, this time the mom didn't come out, so I was like, all right, we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah. Right.
She was not there, and I was like, okay. As much as I respect that entire family, I was like, I don't need to see all four of you.
Yeah, they rode it into the ground. It was cool during quarantine when the room was empty, whatever, and they needed people, but it's run its course. And but I like that Blake went over, obviously, and we'll see what the future holds for him. And obviously, congrats to Becky and Seth, which is the reason why Seth is taking time off now. I heard he's going to be taking like a month or two off.
Between a month and a half. He should, in theory, I think he'll just be back for a Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I doubt he would miss the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah. And then finally, what I think, other than the Taker thing, the part of Survivor Series I'm looking forward to the most is World Champ versus World Champ, Drew versus Roman.
Yep. That whole segment with Roman sitting at the head of the table that he kicked Adam Pearce out.
Yes.
It was just brilliantly done.
It was really cool. I enjoyed it. Notice they don't use...
Go on.
Yeah. By the way, side note, I like that they're not using actual microphones. It just seems like they mic'd up the table or the ring or something, so you can just hear the conversation. They're probably going to do that from now on. But I enjoyed that segment very much. Again, heel Roman Reigns. I hope that continues for the foreseeable future. I hope they don't see that, oh, they like heel Roman, let's turn him face. No, leave him heel.
No, I think, and they did that right, because the fans would have cheered for Roman Reigns had he been facing Randy Orton, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So doing it with Drew was just the best course of action. It was just smart to keep him as heel as possible.
Yeah, heel Roman versus face Drew, I think, is perfect. And I'm looking forward to the match, although my gut is telling me they're going to do that WWE thing where it's like a disqualification or a double count out. It's not going to be a conclusive end because they're going to be too afraid to make either one look weak. And I kind of get that because they're both white hot right now.
As long as it's not Randy Orton coming in hitting an RKO on Drew McIntyre, I need that to go on the back burner for a little while.
Yeah, as great as Randy is, you know, he has his place. They're probably saving him for when Edge comes back. I feel like that's going to be his next rivalry and just kind of end that. Although I don't think they should continue that, but that's just my opinion. I've had enough with Edge versus Orton.
Well, originally it was going to be 3 matches, and this Survivor Series was going to be the last one. So
that was the original plan.
They originally slated for the 3 matches, and then he tore his tricep or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Which he should be coming back, because I don't know if you saw on his Instagram, he posted like a picture of him and Christian. He was doing a photo shoot or something like that. I don't know if you happen to scroll past it, but I think that's him kind of dropping a hint that I'm almost back, because it's been a few months. It's been a while.
Yeah. And just like we were talking about Charlotte, that I missed her, she posted something like in her full getup, like, and the caption was, "I miss you."
Yes, I saw that as well.
Like,
so
nice. It's like, we miss you too.
Very possible. I don't know about both, but very possible one of those two return tonight. I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe Charlotte more than Edge, because I think they're probably going to do another Edge return at Rumble. I wouldn't be shocked. You know, they're like, hey, it worked last year, let's do it again. Same exact way.
Yeah, it would work if, like, maybe by then that's too short of a time. Build up another match between Drew and Randy, and then Edge basically costs Orton the match or whatever.
Right. But anyway, of all the matches this week, which was your favorite?
Oh, EO versus Ripley. That's the match of the week.
I have to agree with you. In a week where I thought NXT, it's a shame they didn't get quite the ratings bump that I think they should have gotten, but maybe they will in the coming weeks after what just happened. But
right.
Yeah, I thought NXT had one of their best shows of the year overall, and that EO versus Rhea match was one of my favorite matches of the year so far. It's top 3.
It was a great match and a great send-off for Rhea, and I wish her nothing but the best on the main roster.
As do I. Oh, and the part where her earring ripped off.
Oh my God. Yeah. That hurt. Actually, and the other ear was like really swollen because there was another piercing that I saw that it was just all kinds of, it was red right around it. I didn't know if it was blood or just irritated, but I was like, dear Lord, she's going to have to rethink these piercings.
She's Rhea Ripley, so she won't.
No,
they're going to stay. She might even add more piercings.
Yeah. Did you see what she did when she noticed that she was bleeding?
What?
She just like went like that, checked the ear, and she had like blood on her fingers, and she just went like this. Like, Just like wiped it on her face, like, yep, war paint.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, that was badass.
I must have looked away. Okay, yeah, all right. That is badass. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, she just went like, huh, and then just wiped it on her face. I was like, cool.
Nice.
But yeah, make way for the other ladies that are coming up the ranks. We need more people at the top, like, you know, Ember Moon. It's time to do a shuffle and get some of these people onto the main roster. Like Candice LeRae, I think, is ready. Rhea Ripley's clearly ready. There's a bunch, and then because there's a bunch in that middle card that are just stagnant because nobody moves.
Right. Yeah, they're gonna.
And we need some other people to retire, like Natalia. Love you, but see ya.
Love what she's done for the women's division, but I mean, I just don't care anymore. It's the Dolph Ziggler effect. I need to not see you for a while.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Go hang out with Tyson Kidd and
go be a cat lady, and
go be a crazy cat lady. It's clear to me that I think she doesn't want kids. So
we'll see.
But that's the week.
That's the week. Anything else you want to add, man?
No, we're looking forward to Survivor Series tonight.
Yes, sir. And we'll post this before the show, so this will kind of be our Survivor Series pre-show. And hopefully, you know, we see a return or two, or we see, you know, what they're going to do with Taker. And, you know,
I hope we get one return. If I get to pick one, it's Charlotte. She's the one that I think is the most needed at the moment.
Right.
And I would love to see what they're going to do with Taker.
Yeah, they're going to plant those seeds to get us excited.
They've got a lot of legends coming out tonight too, so we'll see. Like Kane's going to be there. Shawn Michaels is going to be there. So is Triple H. So there's a lot of people that are showing up to this, and we know that the Fiend likes attacking legends.
It's going to be a young guy for sure. If you have all those legends in the ring, it's going to be a young guy.
It's got to be.
And
I'm gonna eat it up.
Yep.
Num num num.
All right, so that does it for us, episode 3. So we'll check in with all you guys next week. Until then,
share, like, and subscribe.
Yes, share, like, and subscribe, please. See ya.